Hi everybody. I wanted to start a series on really easy cards that people could copy. I know that there are a lot of people that are just starting into card making, and it's kind of intimidating when you look at all the cards that are available online and on Pinterest. They use tons of supplies and tons of different techniques, and sometimes it's hard to find the instructions. So I thought I would do a series on really easy cards, and the first card I'm going to show you how to make is this elephant card. Now, I used an elephant card with this type of theme, I guess you could call it. It doesn't really have a theme. I left it blank inside. But you could change this, make the elephant pink, use baby paper, and turn it into a baby card. You could add other things to it, or you can keep it simple like this. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is stamp the elephant in black ink. I like to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Let's get this inked up really good. It's a really good fade resistant dye ink. Okay, let's see how that is. And I'm going to cut this out, so if I end up with extra ink around the edges, it's not going to matter. Very good. Okay, let's set that aside. And I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to use my cutter bee scissors. And just going to go around the outside. If you go to my website or look on my YouTube channel, either one, you will see another project that I made using this stamp, and I actually did stamp it in pink, and I made a baby shower gift bag, and it was very simple and it turned out really cute. So I'm going to show you a couple tricks too. Even though this is an easy card, I'm going to show you a couple tricks that you might not know. And if you have a stamp and, sometimes you'll stamp something and you'll end up with extra ink around here, this is a good way to still be able to use it. You just cut it out. Okay. Now I have the base of my card here, and then I have a mat, and all the instructions and the paper sizes and everything are on my blog post. Let me find my adhesive. There we go. I like to use scrapbook adhesives, Easy Tape Runner. And for cards, I usually go all the way around. You probably can get away with just doing the sides, but okay. And then I have this piece. Oops, now I'm going to need glue dots. We'll get the pop dots while I'm over here. And if you can see this, I hope you can see the texture on it. I use the Cuttlebug for the texture. This texture is a little bit different. It's a stitching. But if you don't have the Cuttlebug or textured paper, you could use a patterned paper, something that coordinated with this, something with a real faint pattern in it, or you could just use solid cardstock. Okay. And I'm going to use my glue dots. Now, when you use glue dots, you don't pick them off with your finger. You can either roll them like this, and they're a little bit tricky to get off and to keep flat, or you can roll it so it's out and then touch the paper to it like this. And actually, I have better luck doing that, but you'll come up with a system that works for you, but it definitely does not work to try to pick them off with your finger. And you can get these in a dispenser like this, or you can also get them on flat sheets. But either way, whatever you're trying to stick the paper to the glue dots and then pull them off. And I use glue dots for this because it's got a texture, so it needs something a little bit stronger than regular adhesive. And when you roll tape runner across it, it also flattens your embossing. so stick that down. And this piece, I'm going to do the edges on it, just like I have this one. And if you punch from the back, I mean, you can punch from the front and use the guides on here, but if you punch from the back, you can see exactly where you're punching. So you can, now I'm going to line it up with the spot that I punched last. And this strip of paper, you could make it any size. It could be a thick strip, it could be a thin strip. Just keep in mind, you know, the pattern that I have here is a thin pattern for the punch. But if you're using something that has a deeper cut, you're going to need a thicker piece of paper or a wider piece of paper. Okay. Now I've got little pieces everywhere. That's okay. Move them off to the side. And I'm going to use the glue dots again to attach this. Since it's going on top of the... Now see, it comes off really easy on this flat paper, but it didn't come off as easy on that embossed paper. So... Okay. And then, and I kind of offset that a little bit. I didn't put it right in the center. But you could do it in the center. You could also do it horizontal instead of vertical. It's entirely up to you. And then I'm going to put a couple pieces of pop dots or foam tape. These are little foam squares. And put one on his trunk. You could also cut these if you needed them smaller. You can cut them with a pair of scissors. They cut really easy. And if you use a pair of scissors that's covered with Teflon like these, the sticky stuff won't stick to them. Or if it does, it comes off really easy. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this down. So there is a super easy card. And you can see, let's see if you can see that. See how it raises it up just a little bit. Just there's that foam tape. But there you have a super easy card, and I hope that you will give this a try and copy this. Maybe I'm going to make another card with the same layout, but do some, you know, completely different theme to show you some different ideas of things you can do or things that you can add. So I hope you like this. If you did, can you please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe and leave me a comment as to what you're doing today. Have a great day.